What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 96, and today we're returning with two massive games with our Bluebirds as we take on Milan in the second leg of our Champions League first knockout round, then Bristol City in the FA Cup quarter-final as well. Before we play the games though, just calm getting on off camera. And of course, in the first leg, you saw our 4-1 victory at home to Chelsea in the Premier League and a 1-1 draw away at the San Siro, a game of missed opportunities as we failed to capitalise on Milan's weakened backline away in Italy. 5 games off camera, all domestically, 4 in the Premier League and 1 in the FA Cup fifth round. And as you can see, 4 wins but a defeat, and that defeat came in the very first game off camera, and it was one of the worst defeats of the series. My goodness, we took on Manchester United away at Old Trafford, and this email you'll see on the screen right now basically summed the game up. Tactical blunder costing Cardiff City. JC once again exposed as the fraud that he is. Lost the game by 6-1. Decided to switch to 4-3-1-2 gegenpress system we often use in away games, in games we expect to either lose or get a draw at best. But in this game, we just got torn apart. First 2 goals Manchester United scored were from corners. It was like the Cardiff City of old, failing to defend set pieces as they went 2 goals up right before and right after the break. Mourinho's put us back in the game 11 minutes after the restart, but the truth of the matter is, every time Manchester United went forward, they looked like scoring. Our back line was just as shaky as Bambi on ice. It was absolutely embarrassing. Could not defend whatsoever, and you'll see for the final goal as well. Not sure I'll show you all the 6 goals United scored, but the final goal they scored, Matkovic firing it in. Henderson, what on earth was that? Just terrible shot-saving animation as the Red Devils ran rampant, and my tactical error is the main reason the pundits thought we got battered in that game and one of the worst defeats of the season. So how did you get up from an all-time low? 6 goals conceded, the most conceded in the game in quite some time. Well, how about 4 clean sheets in a row, 3 wins in 3 in the Premier League, and advancing to the FA Cup quarter-finals? Not bad, that's what happened. Starting with a 2-0 victory at home to Huddersfield in the 4 games. After that one, where Jason came back into the starting line of this game. Because I said before, when you go for a sticky patch, you go with the boys you trust. You know, you go with the players you can always count on, always rely on. And Jason came in, led the team out, and led the team to a 2-0 win. First Dennis scoring our first goal, and then Pedro Antonio, our top scorer this season, getting on the end of a captain cross to the back post. And I've said it so many times before, man. Every time he's on the pitch, regardless of how old he is, regardless of his declining ability, he'll always get you a goal or an assist. That's just what Jason does. So 2-0 the final score. Great to bounce back after no wins in our last 2 games. And following that, an away victory on the south coast against Southampton at St Mary's in the FA Cup fifth round. 2-0 once again the scoreline. First Ryan Sessegnon scoring a quite fortunate goal after a deflected shot fell into his path and the goalkeeper was stranded in no man's land as Ryan made it 1-0 and it was 15 minutes to go. Pierre Rabiota, haven't seen him score that many this season. Got to be honest, not had a great year for us this year, Rabiota, but still, he did make it 2-0 and wrap up the victory to put us through to the quarter-final. Of course, today you'll see us take on Bristol City, the only championship side left in the competition so far. But following that, 2 scraping 1-0 victories against Wolves and Southampton respectively. First away at Molineux in the Midlands, won by a goal to 0. Dennis once again scoring his second goal in 2 games, or second goal in 3 games, making it 1-0, and that was how the game finished. And our final game of camera, once again scraping a 1-0 victory at home to the Saints. Player Maria scoring the only goal of the game, firing the ball into the bottom corner and giving us the 3 points. But barely got any chance in that game at all. In fact, it was basically the only highlight-worthy moment of the game. It was a really, really poor showing. And for a team that have been built on offense this season, a high-scoring team, were the highest scorers in the division. Just 2 goals in our last 2 games, 4 in our last 3. It's not really what we've been built on this year. We are still the top scorers with 73 from 30, but it is looking very unlikely now we'll get to 100 points. And whilst we have gone top of the table as well in the Division 2, that defeat to Manchester United is very significant because the Red Devils right now have emerged from the wilderness and are now fighting their way into a title race. They're now 11 points off us with 8 games to go. They could still catch up. It's unlikely. They're the rank outsiders, but you can't rule them out right now. But the teams below us, Liverpool have got a game in hand. They're 2 points behind, and Arsenal, they're the favourites right now to win the title. They might be in third, but they're only 2 points behind us and only a few goals behind. The goal difference between 2, and they've got 2 games in hand as well. Win those 2 games, they'll go 4 points clear with 8 remaining, and we've still got to face them, don't forget, away at the Emirates Stadium as well. So 8 games to go. It's still anyone's guess who's going to win the title. I still think it's a 3-horse race, but we, despite being top, are probably the outsiders out of the top 3 right now. It's a bizarre situation to be in. It truly is a bizarre situation to be in. You know, just 8 games to go, very few games remaining, but again, the team at the top have probably got the third best chance of winning the title due to the games in hand that the second and third place teams have currently got. But once again, confirmation, we've got Bristol City in the FA Cup 6th round today. They are the only championship side left in the division. We've got them at home as well, so hopefully, touch wood, we won't choke and we'll make it through to the FA Cup semi-finals, I believe, for the 4th year running, which will be incredible. And one thing to report before the Milan game, which is going to go straight into to today, is we have had a new youth intake for our boys as well in the academy, and you guys have been commenting throughout the save saying I get no luck whatsoever in my youth intakes. Well, for the first time ever, we might have got a good bit of fortune, because Gavin Jones is the first player we've had in the academy with good potential. Our latest youth intake wielded us 4 decent youngsters, and this is the very best. He's a young 15-year-old goalkeeper, 6'1", with already 12 positioning, 14 reflexes, 14 handling as well. Looks pretty decent, long way to go, but finally there's a player we can look out for in the future. Haven't had one of those since Josh Cotterill back in season 1, and he's barely done much for us in the entire save so far. So finally, we might have a decent player from the youth intake, but of course, long way to go. He's only 15 years old. So, first game of today's episode is indeed Milan in the second leg of the Champions League round of 16. And hopefully we won't rue those missed chances from the first leg where we failed to win the game, where we really should have won it against a weakened back line. Haven't beaten Milan once in the save so far. We don't even need them to beat them tonight. Don't forget, a goalless draw will be enough, as they have to score due to the away goal ruling. Right ahead into the game, everyone is fighting fit for the clash, but Vitor Sousa once again picks up a slight knock in run off camera and is not fit enough to play the game. This guy is just going down little knocks here and there everywhere. It's crazy, man. But this is our team, 4-2-3-1, and this is our lineup. Fans in goal, but for Goncalves, Kimpembe, Jordi, and Stefano, with Brahim and Ramsden through the middle. Third forward, Sessegnon on the left, Dennis on the right, and the OG supporting Maria up top of Pedro Antonio, drew a blank away in the San Siro. And on the bench, Henderson, Mtiti, Moreno, McTominay, Alenia Sterling, and our number 9 as well. So first game, let's dive straight into it. Second leg against Milan. If they score, we could be in trouble. But come on, Cardiff, stay tight, and this tie is ours. And once again, there is no Donnarumma, there is no Romagnoli for the tie as well. They're both out of cruciate ligament damage too. Chong is back, though he missed the first leg away at the San Siro. The former Manchester United winger is going to be starting this game. We'll have to try and keep him quiet. Goncalves with a tricky test there to deal with him down that left-hand side for us. But again, after 4 straight clean sheets in a row, keep another one and that's us through. So I'm going to say to the boys here, I'm going to say, I fully expect you to keep our run going and win this match. Don't just play for the 0-0. Go out there and get the win. Score a couple of goals, settle the nerves, and let's make it through, lads. Come on. Dennis down the right-hand side with space to cross to the middle. Sessegnon is on the end of it, but heads it wide of the post. You can probably tell by my tone and my demeanour, I'm not very optimistic heading into the game. There are certain teams I play in FM, and they're teams that I always feel like we've got a sort of a mental block against, you know. Arsenal is one of them, based on what we've had against them domestically and in Europe in this save, but also Milan is one as well. However, 18 minutes in, we've got ourselves a goal, and that gives a bit of breathing room. Now, it doesn't stop Milan game plan tonight. It doesn't change their game plan, I should say. They still need to score regardless of whether we scored or not, but now at least we've got the goal, and they'll have to score, which they had to score anyway. Does that make sense? Obviously not, but they still need to score regardless. But that breathing room means that we've got our early goal, and I know what we're talking about. Maria scored though, it's 1-0. Again, mental blocker, Serio fires that shot wide. I'm confident they'll come back at some point. Don't forget, we led the San Siro before Milan got back on level terms right before the end of the first half. So not going to count our chickens just yet, as player Maria picks the ball up, finds a bit of space, plays it back to Ramsden, and Alan lays it off to Dennis. Back to our number 18 as we look for an opening here in Milan's back line, with Ramsden popping it out wide towards Stefano, who crosses, and it's clear to Gonzalez. Oh, goalkeeper fumbles it, and Sessegnon fires it in, and there's our second goal. Cardiff 2, Milan 0. Well, at the San Siro, we didn't take our chances, but we certainly have done the first stuff. In fact, I've got to do the goalkeeper a bit of an apology there. Llorente dived to his left-hand side, did keep it out. He pushed it the wrong way. He pushed it back towards the right-hand side of him, and Ryan Sessegnon was all alone and fires it home. So Milan, who had to score tonight, have now got to score too. But with the attacking quality they've got, That's certainly not beyond the realms of possibility. Down the right hand side, across his block by Goncalves. We can go 3 goals up before the break. That would be magic. Fernandez, lovely ball to Hendricks down left hand side. In goes the cross. Serio is there. And we've seen this striker in the past couple of episodes. We've seen he's got some incredible stats. We kept him quiet at the San Siro, but not tonight in South Wales. Hendricks with the cross from the left-hand side into the middle, and the number 9 nods it past fans. 4 straight clean sheets, but not another one for our number 1, who I think probably should have done better. And now, again, the sticky situation we're in is that due to the away goals, we failed to score in Milan. If they get another one tonight, they'll be going through on the away goal ruling. And I say this all the time, but this is the importance of scoring when you're away from home in European ties. They count double those away goals. You got to capitalise. But here's Ramsden on the ball, firing it just wide the post. This is going to be a very nervy second half, man. It's those lack of away goals we failed to score in that first leg. Look at Arsenal. They are tearing Barcelona to shreds in North London right now. But again, we had the chances in that first leg as well. Jordi, of course, missing a sitter from 8 yards out right at the death. I'm going to say nothing to the boys though. Second half to begin. As things stand, we are going through. But again, if Milan score just once more, we'll have to score. Otherwise, we're out. Come on, boys. Stay tight. Stay tight. I know our game's built on offense, but stay tight now, please. Don't concede another and we're fine. Dennis on the ball. Down the right. Turns to number 5. Oh, Maria off the post. Oh, I thought I was creeping in. 3 players on bookings right now as well. I'm wary of that. I don't know what to change things tactically. Every time one of my players goes into a challenge on a booking, I'm expecting another as Jordi sends it long. But I still feel we've got the capability of scoring another goal here, so I don't want to make changes. Dennis down the right-hand side, storming forward at electric pace. Keeps on going. Dispossessed by Lindelof. And Jordi nods on, but straight to Serio. Down the left. Pops it into Zivkovic, who's got space to run onto the ball. Oh, it's 2-2, and there is that away goal. Battle back from 2 goals down to make it 2-2. 3-3 over 2 legs. I didn't feel confident. And again, it's those bloody away goals that we didn't score in the first leg that we should have scored. We had the chances as well. Zivkovic picks it up. Jordi hesitates, as does Kimpembe. And with the left foot, strokes it past fans in at the near post. Cardiff 2, Milan 2. Mental block. Mental block. There are just certain teams in FM that I just don't feel confident against. 4 players on bookings right now. Stefano's on a 6.3. Going to bring on Moreno, I think, that youngster, that young wonder kid for him. I want to bring on Lenya as well. I'm going to take off Alan Ramsden and change he and Brahim's roles around as well. And also as well as we've hired our tempo too, we'll mix our passing a little bit, stop playing out of defence. And I just do the same instructions each time when changing things really and trying to get a goal. But 20 minutes to go, and unless we do get that goal, we are heading out at around the 16. Gonzalez over the bar. It's not looking good. Switch to very attacking as well. May as well lose the game by chasing a winner because again, the draw is a defeat, and that's basically epitomises what the season's been about. Really, draws are basically defeats. You've seen that in the Premier League, and now you're seeing it in Europe as well. Moreno to Maria, headed clear. Gonzalez knocks it on, and Chong clears it away. Come on. Alenya to Gonzalez, and the OG plays that wide towards Goncalves. Space for the Portuguese left back to cross. Yes! Maria! 3-2 back in front. Gonzalez to Goncalves, the Portuguese left back, dinks one into the near post, and Maria. That reminds me so much of the goal we conceded in the Champions League final. Goalkeeper getting caught out in no man's land, coming for a ball, getting nowhere near it like Onana did for hours back in Season 6. But Maria turns home, and if you remember in that Champions League final, he didn't score a goal, he played very poorly too, did it the woodwork once, but other than that, did not play well. But tonight, talk about redemption for our vice-captain. 2 goals, looks convinced as well. He's been brilliant. I'm going to make our final change now as well, just to burn the clock more than anything. Dennis off, Sterling on, and we're 2 minutes away from making it through to the quarters. Just. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to do it. Milan had 3 shots on target and figures they scored 2 of them and put us under so much pressure. But has gone Cowie's on the ball, crosses, it will deflect to Alenya. He can't pull the trigger. Lindelof clears, but there it is. It's all over, and Cardiff have just, and I mean just, made it through. Redemption for Peleo Maria. He bags a brace and sends Cardiff into the Champions League quarterfinals. 5 wins from 5 in all competitions. Our European adventure continues, And the mental block, the mental obstacle has been overcome. We've beaten Milan just by the skin of our teeth. Get in. But had we not won that game, I would have been fuming. Honestly fuming. I mean, how typical is that? 4 clean sheets in a row. We only have 3 shots conceded on target in our game, as the Borough lost to Liverpool as well, so they retake top spot in the Premier League by a point right now. And they scored 2 goals as well. Typical that, isn't it? But either way, we've made it through. And when is that Champions League quarter-final draw as well? All the ties have been played, I believe. Yes, they have indeed. So that should mean that the quarter-final draw is going to be tomorrow on the Friday. So we can do that before the Bristol City game. If we make it through that as well, we'll end today's episode off with the semi-final draw for the FA Cup as well. So, well, oh my goodness gracious me. Peleo Maria bagging his brace and a redemption for our vice-captain. Convinced as well. You don't see that often with Maria. And here we go as well, last state of the Champions League. Let's get straight into the quarterfinal draw and see who we will be facing in the final. As you can see, England, I should say, well, the UK, because of course we're a Welsh side, we go down as England due to playing in the Premier League. 5 representatives. 5 representatives in the last state. We've seen this year in real life with the All-English Europa League and Champions League finals that English football is back on top. And, well, it seems like it's that way in the game as well. So you've got Bayer Leverkusen and Paris Saint-Germain. We know all about them. Monaco. And those are the only non-English sides left. 2 French sides and a German side as well. So I'm anticipating an all-English affair. Let's find out who we've got in the quarterfinals. Oh, first draw out the hat. We've got... Oh, okay. Alright, it's not an all-English affair. And it's certainly not a team I didn't want to face. You've got a London derby there with Chelsea facing Arsenal, Spurs versus PSG inside the final tie. Will, interestingly enough, be Monaco versus Paris Saint-Germain with the first leg away in the south of France. Now, Bayer Leverkusen, I mean, to be honest, I didn't want any of those teams, if I'm being totally honest. Well, yeah, that's not what I wanted. I think the team I really didn't want was PSG. But Bayer Leverkusen, who, again, don't forget we faced before twice in the group stages and also in the Champions League too. We faced them in the quarterfinals during that Cinderella run to the final back in Season 6, and we beat them. But in the group stages 2 years ago, was it last year? 2 years ago, I think it was. Yeah, 2 years ago, we were humiliated by them. So I can't tell who's the favourite to go through there. I really can't. They're third in the Bundesliga right now. We know they've got an amazing team, one of the best sides in Germany and Europe as we've seen. They've already won the Champions League and the save as well. I think that is going to be a very, very even tie as well. We only just got through Milan. We'll have to be playing even better if we can get through Bayer Leverkusen. That's going to be tough. Sorry, just before we get to the Bristol City game as well, when is that going to be? There we are. We've got Crystal Palace away and then Bayer at home. And then Arsenal away, Bayer away and Fulham at home. So I think what we'll do in the next episode is come back with Bayer the first leg and then Arsenal away. I mean, 2 of the biggest games in the series, let alone the season. That game away at the Emirates, which we'll need to win if we're to have any chance of reclaiming our title. And then the first leg at home to Bayer Leverkusen as well. 2 massive games here. That's the next episode already sorted. Obviously, I did not want to face Bayer Leverkusen. I mean, obviously, I didn't want to face any of them. They're all elite teams in European football. But based on what happened 2 years ago, Bayer Leverkusen humbled and, if you will, humiliated in that Champions League group stage, getting knocked out. And they were one of the teams, you remember, they were one of the teams that beat us. The first 2 games, PSG and Bayer lost them both. And from that point, it was basically all over from us, even though we had 4 games to go. So... that's going to be tough. That's going to be very tough indeed. Anyway, I'm going to dive into the second and final game of today's episode. It is at home to Bristol City in the FA Cup quarter-final. And right now for Bristol City, for those wondering, in 19th place in the Championship right now and out of form and currently just above the relegation zone. So they're the only Championship side left in the division. We're at home as well, not away at Ashton Gate. So we've got to fancy our chance of getting through here and making it into the semi-finals. Again, I believe for the 4th straight year. Because obviously last year we won it. I think that the year before that we reached the semi-finals, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We lost to Liverpool. And then, of course, the year before that we won it as well. So that's 3 years. So, yeah, this will be the 4th straight year we make it through to the semis if we can do it today, which hopefully we'll be able to do. Now, there is an international break directly after the game as well, so there's no need to field a weakened side. So because of that, right now in very good form, 5 wins on the trot in all competitions. Only Brahim is suspended for the game, and I'm not going to take a chance. I'm not going to take a chance at all. Not going to risk the cup set. Going to field a strong lineup for the game. Not give the fringe boys a chance, no. Go with a strong team and make sure we get the job done today with minimal fuss. So Dean's back in goal, and the back four has gone Cowes, Kimpembe, Geordie and Stefano, and the midfield duo is Alenya and Ramsden. Further forward, same attacking midfield trio and the same striker, Sessegnon on the left, Dennis on the right, and the OG supporting player Maria, and on the bench fans, Cavital, Moreno, McTominay, Jason Sterling and Pedro Antonio. So second and final game, Bristol City, let's make it through to the semi-final for the 4th straight year. Come on you Bluebirds. Again, normally domestic cups are a chance for me to play fringe players. Having said that, as I fully expect the boys to keep our run going and win this match, not taking a chance at all. You know, I think in the Premier League, I'd say, as I said earlier, we're the third favourites to win the title and to reclaim it. Liverpool and Arsenal, you would say, are the favourites. We're the outsiders. In the Champions League, again, I would say we're the outsiders. Bayer Leverkusen, very tough team to overcome over 2 legs. I think we've got a chance, but it's a slim chance. The best chance of winning silverware again is this competition. So take no chances. Let's make it through. First highlight coming to your Bluebirds. OG swings in the corner. Sessegnon flicks on off the line by Rook and cleared away. Don't forget, no replays in the FA Cup quarter-final nowadays, so if it does finish level after 90 minutes, we'll be going into extra time as Gonzalez feeds Dennis, who finds Alenya just inside the area, and what a save. Is that Matt Macy making the save for Bristol City? Once of Arsenal. Is that Matt Macy? I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, it is indeed. Once of Arsenal making the save and keeping the championship side still on level terms. What a fantastic stop there. Great reflexes, still goalless. Cowboys down left-hand side, whips one in. Dennis is there, and there is the breakthrough. Matthias Dennis, who had that incredible start to the season where he just could not stop scoring, hasn't been quite as consistent in his goal-to-game ratio since then, but that is now his 3rd goal, I believe, in 4 or perhaps 5 games as he heads us in to a 1-goal advantage. Dennis connecting with Goncalves into the back of the net. There's our breakthrough, 1-0 to the Premier League winners. Got to say Premier League winners at every opportunity now, because it's not going to last for long, or so it seems. As Alenya plays it back to our left back, and now back to our number 8, who whips in a deep cross, and there he is again. Oh, Matthias Dennis hits the top of the crossbar. Alenya dinks one into the middle, but it's cleared by the championship side, and Bristol City will escape. How on earth did Dennis almost squeeze that one in? Still 1-0 though, and a good spell of pressure from Cardiff. Keep our foot on the gas pedal, I'm sure a second goal will be our reward. These are the moments where you have to capitalise. When you've got your opponents up against the ropes, you've got to hope that your team continue to see that and they sense blood and they continue to go for goals. Stay in attack mode, keep the foot on the gas pedal, and you'll get your reward. That's exactly what we've done. A nice mini spell of pressure. Bristol City failed to weather the storm, and Ryan Sessegnon breaks the door down and bags our second goal. Stefano with a cross, and we score so many goals from crosses, and that's why it's so good to have good wing backs in our team that go forward and provide something on the offensive end. Stefano and Goncalves both do that. Both fullbacks getting an assist. 2-0 Cardiff City, and again it's our wingers that have got the goal. The wide play is what's doing it for us here. And if we can go 3 goals up before the break, that would be magic. Right now, dominating possession, 87% pass completion ratio. I love that. And right now, Bristol City, they're sort of camped in their own half. They can't get out. We got them up against the ropes here for the entire first half. 1 more goal, and you think that would be the KO blow. Gonzalez to Goncalves down the left. Another chance for Felder to get another assist. And again, he's aimed for Dennis, and again, he's found him. And for the second time in the game, Dennis hits the crossbar, still 2-0, but again, getting down those wings is what's giving us success here. You know, one player I have been quite disappointed with this season, who's going to stay out there, is the man that Jason's going to now pass in the centre of the midfield, Alan Ramsden. I mean, disappointed. Last year, in his debut year for us, he was phenomenal. Really, really good, but this year, in the Premier League, he's got a grand total of 1 goal and 1 assist. Very disappointing indeed for Ramsden. As Pedro Antonio on the ball finds the OG. He'll knock it out wide towards Helder, who we're looking for here right now down left-hand side. He's looking like our most creative player. As Sessegnon crosses and... oh, it's gone in! Right, is he claiming that? No, it's going to go as an own goal from the left-back, Rook. And that's a shame that Sessegnon doesn't claim that, because I think that was going in. I think that the dubious goals panel should award that to Ryan, because he whipped one into the far post. Was that going in? Oh, it might have been hitting the post. It might have been chipping the paint there. I'm not entirely sure. Taken off Sessegnon though. Headed in on the goal line by the left back. But it's 3-0 and that'll do it. But I think Ryan should be claiming that. And with 4.5 minutes to go. Still leading by 3. Tie seems effectively over as Ramsden's shot is blocked. And his second shot finds the back of the net. Of course it fucking does. Of course it bloody does. Slag him off. What does he do? Runs to corner flag. Takes off his t-shirt and underneath, written on his vest, on his tank top, he's got JC as a fraud. Cardiff City 4, Bristol City 0, and that will do it. First shot blocked, but the second shot comes straight back to him. His ears were burning, and now he's shut me up. 4-0 Cardiff City, Ramsden with a goal. It's all over. How often does that happen in this series? I mean, seriously. Oh! Yes! I mean, Matt Macy will want that back, but Jason won't. Yeah, he's gone in. Goalkeeper couldn't keep it out. Oh, captain, my captain. Do you know, that might well be his final goal for the club. Thinking about it, he's out of contract in the summer. Now, we know unless he decides to hang up his boots, he will get a 1-year extension, because I'm not letting him go. I'm not letting him go. You know that. I can't bear to do it. I can't bear to see Jason leave on a free transfer, but That might well be his final goal for the club, because I can't think of too many games between now and the end of the season where he'll play. We're not playing the Champions League again, obviously. He's not going to play in the big Premier League games, so it's that might well be his final goal for the club. That you might have just seen it on camera, and it comes with a free kick right at the death in an albeit meaningless end to the game because we were already going through. But still, 5-0 the final score. Oh, it's so good to see Jason score again. Maria's pulled his groin, but he'll come back after the international break as fit as a fiddle, and that will do it into the semi-finals. Oh, what a great way to end today's episode. Go on, Skipper. I'm sure he might get 1 or possibly 2 games between now and the end of the season in some Premier League games, which might come in close proximity to bigger games as well. For example, that Fulham game at home he might play in, Crystal Palace away, perhaps right now struggling down the bottom of the table, Watford at home, although they are a bogey team for us, they're also struggling as well. But that might have been his final game, That might have, it might be his final goal. That might well have been his final goal. Anyway, FA Cup semi-final draw, and Cardiff City. Oh, I still want him. I didn't want. They're going to take on Arsenal at Wembley in the FA Cup semi-final. A repeat of last year's final. Of course, we beat Pep's boys to claim the silverware. And as we know, they are right now probably the favourites to win the Premier League title. But we've got them in the semi-finals as well, in a repeat of last year's final. That is going to be a very good tie. Looking forward to that one. And that will come, we don't know yet, but at some point, I'm sure, towards the end of April, I think. So, yeah, that's just Saturday, 1st of April. Really? Really? Sorry, just before we end the episode there. Did that say 1st of April? Did my eyes deceive me, or was that correct? I think I might have said 1st of April. It did indeed, 1st of April. So that's actually a lot earlier. No, oh, okay. That's a lot earlier than I thought semi-final ties get played. I should know that, obviously. But, okay. So, instead, we're going to come back in the next episode with that. Alright, so prepare for the next 2 episodes to have the same 2 opponents in them. So the next episode is going to be Arsenal and then Bayer Leverkusen in the FA Cup and the Champions League. And then the episode after that is Arsenal in the Premier League and then Bayer Leverkusen again. So we'll play 2 games off camera and then come back for 4 straight against 2 opponents. And my goodness, well, that is going to be incredibly dramatic, I'm sure. So have a fantastic day, guys. Much love to you. I really hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Have a great evening. And again, I'll return with another massive episode for our Bluebirds. Arsenal in the FA Cup semi-finals. We aim to keep our treble dreams alive once again. And in the first leg of that Champions League quarter-final tie at home to the German side, Bayer Leverkusen. Have a great day, guys. Thank you for watching. Please do like and enjoy the video, and much love to you. And I will see you for that next episode very soon. That is going to be very, very dramatic indeed. Bye now.